have heard about the Mayo Clinic through other people, and you know that like I don't even know about lots of things.
Just scratching the surface.
Yeah, really, yeah. Yeah.
Or a good public health or community health rotation for next year. We should make up a group and work with you.
Yeah.
It's a good question. Anybody else have questions? I have lots of your rooms.
Yeah. After the one surgery where there was the accident and they perforated your bowel, were you, like, do you know if there was any like alert system, like was everyone aware that this had happened and that it could lead to sepsis, or was there no?
Well, after I came out of everything, I've heard, because I've said, you know, like, well, I didn't know that you're burning your bowel, like you're having your bowel burnt was even, I didn't know what it was before I went in, but everyone's like, well, that was a risk. Well, if that was a risk, why did nobody check it? You know, like nobody checked like literally nobody listened, nothing. It was like exactly what she said. No, you've had enough pain medications, go to sleep. I told anybody who would listen, like, I'm in severe pain. And usually I just say, something's really wrong. Like, I don't know what's wrong, but I don't feel good. I feel like I'm dying is usually what I say, because I usually am when I'm at that point, like really, you know, and it's like, again, nobody listened. Even when I went back to the ER, nothing. He phoned the pharmacy and that was it. The nurses didn't come in, give me anything. Like, even when I go in for a pancreas attack, they start an IV and give me pain meds, you know, like that's like the first thing that they do. They didn't start an IV, they didn't do anything. I think that the nurses came into the room one time and I was there for hours and hours and hours.
And he didn't consult the gynecologist who had done the surgery. Yeah, he didn't suggest anything, not an ultrasound, but an ultrasound already would have shown that it was leaking because her tummy was already distended.
Yeah.
You know, it certainly hadn't gotten into the sepsis yet, but 24 hours later it certainly had.
Yeah.
Because she had a point at the next day around noon, I think you said, where she said she just had this stabbing pain, which is probably when it broke open, because they thought is the microwave probably, when it burned through, you know how a burn is, it kind of gets a scab, cauterized it basically, and then after a while the moisture softened it and it broke open. Of course, when she went back by ambulance the next day, they paid attention and said, oh, okay, I guess we should check this out. Well, didn't take very long to realize that there was a major problem.
Yeah.
But no, nobody really seemed to click in that, yeah, she had this surgery, and yes, that is the #1 risk of that surgery.
Is there any action that you can take against the company or the equipment failure, the region?
No.
I'm sure you've done all that, but I'm just wondering, what have you done? That's my one question.
Yeah.
And my second part is, do you do much public speaking about this, or is this is brand new, right?
Yeah.
So, Helena, I don't know if you remember me.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay. So, what about, I'm listening to you, and I can see all this playing out because I know the unit that this all occurred on, of course. Would you be open to going back to that unit on an ed day?
Love to.
So they have a perception?
Yeah.
Because I'm in recovery room there now, and the whole pain management, everything that you're saying, occurs.
Yeah.
Still occurs.
Yeah.
So I think it would be a huge benefit if I could forward your name onto the educator there.
Absolutely.
And because it may be a good eye-opener for them, that yes, you need to go back and assess, and yes, the pain, there's the medications, all of that.
Yeah.
I think would be really good for them to hear, and just to hear your story because it happened there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I said the only every time I talk about it, I bawl my eyes out. So that's really, you know, I said this, like, it ruined my life. It's not something that is easy to talk about, but I'll definitely, again, just nobody's ever wanted to listen. Like, you know, everyone's like, oh yeah, and most people, again, they don't know what it is.
They
They're
don't
like,
understand,
okay,
yeah.
like, so, and nobody, but absolutely, like, I would
And yeah,
definitely.
we have tried to, we started a lawsuit.
Yeah.
We don't have $1 million.
Yeah.
You know, like we couldn't even get an expert witness in the doctors from Saskatchewan. They would not, there wasn't one doctor that would speak against another doctor in this province.
Mm-hmm.
We had to get an expert witness from Alberta to say, you know, you have to prove, of course, number one, that there was negligence, number two, that period of her being sent home from Emerge the first time to coming back to Emerge the second time, well, how can you prove that's why she went septic? Well,
Well, and
I mean,
now everywhere that you read now, it's like every hour counts. So
Yeah.
it's like, well, there
Yeah.
you go. I don't even have to say anything. It was 48 hours. If you would have listened to me, I told you within the first half an hour of waking up.
Yeah.
You know, so if you would have listened when I first told you, it says everywhere that I read, every hour counts. That's like the first thing that I see now. You know, and it's like, I wish that they would have known that then, or, you know, like, so again, this was 10 years ago when we tried, and then,
you just
I
don't
mean-
have the money, and you don't, you know,
well, and I don't know how long it would be.
it just was sort of a dead end for us at that time, and I mean, it's probably too late to pursue anything. We did actually go not too long ago again. There were some pro bono lawyers that they advised us to go see. Our MLA told us that, but again, she doesn't qualify because her husband, you know, they just live just above the poverty line.
Yeah.
So, you know, you make too much money, so you don't qualify for anything, even though she doesn't qualify for any kind of financial assistance of any kind. You know, so it's been a pretty frustrating ride. But yeah, boy, we'd love to make people aware.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Did you ever receive an apology of any sort from anybody that was working when that happened? Like, did anybody acknowledge what happened?
That's funny that you say that, because just recently my mom had written to, what is it called? The internal, when they do an internal investigation or whatever.
For the
and
physicians, yeah.
it was a long time ago that she did it, and he didn't say anything then. He said, well, she got up and went. It was the playoffs. It was the first year that I had actually liked hockey, and Calgary was in it. I just remember because it was before I was totally out of it. And I walked out to the waiting room for like 3 minutes, and then I turned around and went back into the bedroom. He's like, well, she walked out to the waiting room and was watching hockey. Well, yeah, I was like, I can barely even read the things. Like, it just infuriates me. And then we wrote again, and he says, yeah, he should have been more, what was the word? He should have listened better, and he's very sorry that I've had to live my life the way that it's been, but there's really nothing that he can do, and that too, it's like, I feel useless enough already, but to not ever be able to make a living, to not ever have anything, it's just, that's a whole other aspect of it too. And yeah, you can say you're sorry, but it doesn't change anything in my life, that's a whole other, there's a lot of things. But yeah, so I think he kind of said he was sorry, but
Yeah.
and that, yeah, from now on he'll start paying better attention, yes, he should have listened better. Well,
And the surgeon who did the ablation, she also, I mean, if you read them, it's like a form letter.
yeah.
We're
so-
sorry this happened to you, I'm sorry I did this to you. We're sorry this happened to you. We hope that this is going to bring closure to your whatever. Well,
Yeah.
There's no closure to this, unfortunately. So yeah, you know, I guess lip service, but certainly no, yeah. And we haven't ever gotten to the nurses. You know, I've often wanted to go to health records and see who the nurses were on at in-day surgery and in ER. There's only so many hours in the day and so much energy.
Yeah.
But no, we haven't actually gone. But that would be really, you know, really good to do.
I hope sharing your story is therapeutic for you, and hopefully by us sharing with these guys today, we can influence the way that they practice their nursing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And maybe through word of mouth, we can get further and further.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We appreciate your time.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
It brings me to another theme that I always teach these guys, and it's the concept of anticipation. And anticipating those things that can go wrong with your patients and preventing them or detecting them early. I think my group, I say that every week, don't I? Right? And this just proves how important that whole concept is. So I thank you very much. I know it was a lot of hard work for you to come.
No, I'm glad to
see
come.
us.
And
At least you got a ride, you didn't have to park.
yeah, that was a bonus. Yeah, and I didn't have to drive either, so that was even better. Yeah.
And if you guys have any other questions, please feel free, or you can come up and talk to us now. So we'll end the formal presentation, but we'll still stay here and field questions for you if you'd like. And those of you who do have to get back to clinical, go ahead. But thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you very much for your time.